we've already gotten into it with the discriminant. On Friday, we were learning about the discriminant. Quadratic is just a few more steps. But the discriminant tells us what? Somebody new that isn't tuned to Starburst. Yeah.
Number of solutions for x.
Number of solutions for x. All right, number of solutions. For x, and that's talking about, nice one. All right, heads up, Melissa. Woo! All right, someone else that hasn't got a Starburst. Just that, like, throw them up. Michaela?
The x-intercept.
The x-intercept.
Wonder where she got that from.
Some genius.
Yeah.
Oh, pick up the books for him. Oh, that's nice.
That deserves a Starburst.
That deserves a Starburst. Good axe. Good axe. All right, so we know that it tells us the number of solutions, which are x-intercepts. Here's the deal. Before we even get into the quadratic, when you're solving for x using the quadratic formula, at this point, you're going to stop if there are what? You're on the right track. So when what you said happens, what do we have? What kind of situation?
No real solution.
Oh, yeah. No real solutions. Okay, we're gonna. Oops, real. And we're gonna touch on probably next week. We're gonna touch on situations where we can go ahead and solve as far as when we have imaginary numbers or complex numbers. But that's next week. At this point, you do the discriminant first. If you see that there's no real solutions, there's no need to solve for x if you're not going to get any real solutions, because you know the answer is going to be the same. All right, hold up. It is. And now back to matter at hand. Let's look at this. Find the number of solutions for this quadratic. What's my a value? 3. B value? 10. C? Negative 2. Okay. What was my discriminant formula we were using on Friday? Anybody can help me out with that?
I forgot.
B.
Oh.
You got it? What is it? There we go. Okay. If you have your story down and you put it in there, where do we find the discriminant? In the
Middle.
In the house? Think of your stories. Where is the discriminant from your story?
It's in the house.
It's in the house. It's
Under the roof.
Under the roof?
In the gym.
In the gym? In the trap house? All right. What am I going to put in for B? How about B? 10 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 2. Everybody work that out. Check with your neighbor. I'll give you about 10 seconds for that. Not 10, maybe 12. 12 seconds. What happened?
On this.
All right, we need the thing. Backboard has to be additional. What do we end up with, Anton?
96.
6.
124.
What?
All right, so the answer is 124. I want you to double check your math. If you didn't do it, think of the negatives. The negatives are gonna multiply. All right. Check with your neighbor. Double check that they got the 124. If not, maybe help them out. See what happened. Okay, 100 squared is. Sorry.
100.
10 squared is.
100.
Negative 4 times 3. Negative 12 times a negative 2.
Positive 24.
There we go. Remember the rules of dating. Negative and a negative. You can complain to each other. Right? 124. All right. I actually don't even care about that. Is it positive, negative, or 0?
Positive.
It's positive, so how many solutions are we going to have?
2 real solutions.
2 real solutions.
Yeah.
All right, so we had a quadratic we had to deal with. We found in the discriminant there's two real solutions. So should we continue with this problem?
Yeah.
Or should we say done?
Continue.
Continue. If you find that there's no real solutions, you could stop at that point. If you know that that's the case, you got to keep going. All right, who can still recite their quadratic formula story nice and loud for everybody? Just a reminder of this. It's worth it's worth 2 Starbursts. And shoot up. You have to have it 100%. Michaela's ready.
All right. Okay.
Wait, can you stand up so we can see you?
Yes, I can.
Didn't she already get Starburst?
Okay. Bad Billy was happy then sad when he found out someone stole his square bicycle from under his roof and left 4 rotten apple cobblers in its place. He spent the next 2 afternoons looking for it.
Ooh. I don't get it.
Yes,
Give me the story.
All right, so from your story, tell me the quadratic. Can you say it out?
So Bad Billy, so that's negative B,
Good.
was happy then sad.
Yep.
We found out there was his square bicycle, so just put B2,
Yep.
was stolen from under his roof.
Under his roof.
And somebody left 4 apple cobblers, rotten apple cobblers.
Rotten apple cobblers,
in his
rotten.
place. Yep, so he spent over the next 2.
Over the next 2
Yeah, afternoons
afternoons.
looking for it.
Looking for it. You see why we did that now? Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
All right, I want you to try to remember your story and write this down. I'm going to erase it because I know it. I'll put it back. All right, so use your story. Figure out if you can jot it down. That is actually going to be on the quiz. You got to come up with that.
Really?
For real. Okay. That is important for motivation.
I
So
think it's
answer.
yellow and pink.
Yellow, pink, red.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, I think that that was just random. You were doing a probability problem. You didn't even know it. Like that doesn't seem correct. All right. Somebody just tell me it again. Negative B. How about all together? Negative
Negative
B.
B
plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a.
Did you get that? No. Like negative. Blah, 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 blah. Good job. Everybody knows it at a different pace. That's actually what it is.
Oh, plus or minus.
You get that love-hate relationship, right? Gotta have that. Actually, try not to have that.
That should be a segment, like,
Love-hate relationship.
no, like, dating advice from Mr. P.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I use the quadratic. I use multiplying positive and negatives. Oh, like Dear Abby.
And everyone-
Take dating
You are my
questions.
perfect sibling. So everyone clicks your video so you can actual date advice, but it's just math.
You trick people.
Yeah.
It's like a course called dating.
That's
but
what
it's
you get
just
all
math.
3 subscribers on.
And then they go try it in real life and it's a flop.
And then out comments didn't work. Negative and negative is a negative. I need to change my whole system. Hope not. All right, because that joke took a week. All right. The key point. The quadratic formula is only a few more steps than finding the discriminant. Here's the discriminant right here, right? What do we have to add on to the whole situation as far as we figure this out? We were getting that in like a minute on Friday. We were doing the discriminants quick. So then what do we have to do to it? Root it. We had our B value in there. We had our A value in there. You see how it's not much more. You feel pretty comfortable with this though, right? Yeah. Felt good on Friday. We got that pretty easily. So it's only a few more steps. Honestly, if you can have one accomplishment for like semester 2 to not be intimidated by this, you're way step ahead of other Math 2 students because people get intimidated. But it's just inputting A, B, and C. Okay. Hot?
Yeah.
I drink your orange juice. That's the problem.
Yeah. Want another one? I don't want it. Yeah.
No. How about drink?
Drink out of
No.
the fast pace, drink out of the fast pace.
As fast as I can go, guys. It's like one goal.
Everyone's storming the court.
Refreshing and synthetic juice. Love it. All right, well, thank you. Thanks for the juice and the little break. Here's my question. Okay, an example over here to the right, which I hope they can see on the other can. Why do we make it equal to 0? Think about what we're actually looking for when we are looking for our x solutions. Why do we make it equal to 0?
Because we're looking for the x-intercept.
Right, and this used to be, this is really f of x, right? So we're saying when the y value is equal to 0. That actually was solid. Good one. That was good. That was like depth of knowledge 3 right there. Good job. All right, so instead of f of x, we basically made y equal to 0, and that's saying when the y is equal, so you can see at home, when the y is equal to 0, that's when it's on the x-axis. That's where we're going to find our points and be able to graph. Okay. I hope that's all connecting, that we're just really graphing, finding parts here. We'll see you later this week. All right, let's do this practice problem together, and then I'll set you loose. Hopefully we get through most of that classwork homework. A, B, C, first step. On your own, write those down real quick, and then in perfect unison we'll say it together. I'm good. Okay. I did too.
I was trying to
Jinx.
What? I was trying to open the Apple juice.
I was picking up my phone, my screen thing that I took off. The little glass went right into my thumb. You didn't get out with tweezers. It was horrible.
Ooh, dang.
So I ripped that thing off and stomped it in the ground.
You show them who's boss.
Screensaver going down. Our screen protector. What's A? Back to math. A? Just 2. It's just the coefficient out front. B?
-5.
Good. C?
-12.
All right. And then I'm going to go and put x is equal to, and I'm going to one step at a time put them in there. Negative b. So b is -5. So a negative b would be what? Positive 5, because I'm going to even write it out. Plus or minus. You can't see it at home. -5 plus or minus root. What's b again? -5 squared minus 4. What's a? 2. What's c? -12. All right. Don't be intimidated. That's the hardest part of this. Don't be intimidated. There's nothing to solve. We're just computing things out. We know PEMDAS. So I'm going to even write that up here. We have to remember PEMDAS. This is going to be a negative. Because it's 2a, my a is positive too, so it is. But that's good to always check. Always check, because those negative positives, that's how we're going to miss it. So that's fine to bring up. All right, so for those that maybe don't know where to start, where should we start? Where should we look first? Parentheses. Okay. And I know that I'm going to have to deal with the root first. My hint also is go right towards that discriminant and see if you can figure out the discriminant, because if it's no real solutions, for this week we are done. All right. All right. Somebody tell me what goes under here in the discriminant. What did this all work out to? No?
Well, no. It'll be,
I like what you said there, 25. We'll go and do that, and I'll keep.
and then it'll be -4 or minus 8.
Yeah.
And then 8 times.
Right. So what's -8 times 12? -12. Phone a friend there.
Yeah.
All right. So we had positive 96 here. Right, all over 4. You see how it got a lot easier really quick. Got a lot easier really quick. All right, how about this? Whoa.
Never mind.
All right,
I messed up.
okay. 25 plus 96, I'm just going to erase it so we don't rewrite it just for time. 121. Oh, I like this. I like where this is going. If you know your multiplication tables, maybe you're getting an idea here. 11. What? Someone's car is stalling. They need to charge their battery. I think your solenoid is malfunctioning from the low amperage of your battery. Oh! I made an alternator joke. All right, here's the deal. What do we have to do next? This is the, yeah, Melissa. Good. So square root of 121, we get to 11. Right. Okay, so the plus or minus the 11, we need to do what? We need to
Split it.
split it. Let's go ahead and split it over here. 5 plus 11 divided by 4. 5 minus 11 divided by 4. Okay. What's 5 plus 11? 16. Divided by 4? 4. So we know that x is equal to 4. That's 1 ohm. 5 minus 11? Negative 6. Divided by 4. We're going to get kind of a fraction here. So we'll go negative 3 halves. Negative 6 divided by 4. You missed that? Negative 6 divided by 4. Both can be divided by 2 to just reduce it a little bit. So we get negative 3 over 2. So here are my 2x answers, my 2 solutions, and that's the end of the problem. We thought it was going to be a lot more. Yeah. You look at this, you're like, how could it just be a couple more steps than this? Everyone could do this inside. We did this on Friday. Everyone knows how to do that. We were really quick and really consistent. All we have to deal with then is the plus or minus and two other values. So this is just the intro to quadratics. We're going to, again, play with them for this week and next. So I'll go ahead and put you loose on the classwork homework. Any other questions coming up? No, sir. No, sir?
The video.
Video? Played that Friday.
That video.
Oh, yeah, it's still going. What should we say? You caught that from over there? What do you think? I do it all the time.
We should have a dance battle.
Dance battle? I could just show the feet? Emil?
Yeah, Emil's a dancer.
Do your thing. Go, Mil. Go.
Might be
Just the feet, just the feet. All right, the battle has begun. Uh-oh.
I don't know what to do.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, 123rd, get some Oreos.